All right, friends, welcome back to the Back Nine Music City Open 2023, presented by Lone Star Disc, hosted by the Music City Disc Golf Club, Nashville, Tennessee. This is the amateur and age-protected division. They just hosted the Elite Series a few weeks ago out of Mill Ridge. We are at Cane Ridge as we look at our card here. Derek Green, you are with me here on the mic, and on the card, Dan Sisk, local legend, PDGA legend, and the I guess you could say Tennessee, Carolina area. We got the leaderboard through 9 here. Tight race between the top, 10 names here, tied for 7th all the way through there at the bottom. Doing trick shots on us, get your on this and throwing it back. So here we go, hole 10. It's 296 feet. This is probably the flattest hole you might, well, we got to run a flat holes here in the open before we go back in the woods. OB long, but it's really not a factor. With the tree cover, you're not going to get high on it. Jeff throwing.
Looks like it's good. Caught one of the late trees on the right. I know the right's tough here, but the left side you definitely do not want to go down. There's a steep hill on that, so this one felt really good out of my hand, and I could not see that tree edge, so I didn't even know what I had hit on that. Let's see what Kirk does here. He hits the line down the middle. That's the line.
I mean, not only hit the line out, that was at the bat. It just gave out, it tailed off at the end, and the roots kept it up to roll it away. Probably just right circle's edge. A little uphill putt coming back. So Dan again, the mountain man here with us for this featured card, really started getting disc golf going. Was a part of getting disc golf going in the Nashville area, and we're super excited to have him on coverage here. I know the tournament staff and the tournament director, Dr. Hoyt, they were excited when they were telling us that he's going to be playing. I think you were saying that he's played quite a few events since 1997, PDGA member.
Yeah. Oh, that was a tough out there.
Tough out, and he still got a lot of meat left on the bone to get that par safe.
Oh.
Thank you.
Great.
About a rotation or two short.
I want to say a great putt, but we filmed you. You've been on coverage a few times for us here, and we've seen those get knocked down. So let's make some of these big putts. All right, we need some fireworks. This back 9 here. I'll be critical of Derek.
Here we go, Kirk with the creep. Just a little short. It was high, but just a little left. Still caught metal though. This could clean up to save his unfortunate bogey, but we'll move on from that one.
Yeah, get going. 8 more holes here at Cane Ridge, and then we got a lot of golf left for this event. And if anything, the leaderboard's showing it's tight, and it wouldn't take too much to get back into it, even from being just 1 over, 1 under.
Yeah, this is the first of 3 rounds, so definitely got some golf left.
I'd say these first few holes here,
You gotta wait that long, you get tricked.
I mean, every hole on this course at this point is going to be a must get as you're trying to make a climb up the board here, but 11 here is you got the tight gap at the beginning, and then it's just wide open again. It slowly slopes to the OB on the right. It's not a big issue on that right side until you get out to the basket. It's surrounded by heavy trees. I described the green hole.
Tried a great shot there. That's definitely what you want to get. Definitely what you want to do in getting out there. Kirk with the same thing. We look like we've got out there about the same.
Just getting through this initial gap. You know, once you get through this initial gap, you have fairly straightforward approach shot to the basket.
Yeah, the camera angle. I think the camera makes it look a little bigger than it is because the tree's pretty close there on the right.
Close to the tee, yeah, for sure. Leaving it out a little right. Still fine though. Plenty of room. More in the middle there. As you can tell. I mean, it's wide open to the basket, but then once you get around the pin, if you're left, right, or long, you're gonna have a tough putt.
Yeah, them trees are super close to the basket.
There, Jeff's, and I'm sitting here about to say he finally got his disc to come back out. It didn't turn it over, and then he hit the trees. I'm sorry, bud. We've seen a couple of these little thumbers from Dan, and I'm telling you, like I said it earlier, he's got the sneaky power. He was a little left that they couldn't get the full workout on it on the flight of that disc.
Released that one a little early. Still right outside, right circle's edge.
Yeah, it looks like you got far enough that you got a lane back there. That walking path has a little bit more planning. So that's the only thing, that if you push it long or low, you do have to fight back around those, like Kirk had to.
Yeah, good shot. Grash just ate it up.
Hit it. Poof.
He is all around that basket. If he's not hitting metal, he's close, that's for sure. Let's go, Kirk. Oh.
Another good run on it.
Jeff with a little high with his bid. He's not getting that pop straight to the basket on long bids, it seemed like today. Here, this, pretty sure right circle's edge with this one.
Oh, downhill, front of the cage. It's I'm not laughing at you, Derek, I promise.
I would be.
No, not at all.
I was so scared of going underneath the tree past the basket.
I was gonna say, like, that's the thing, is just these trees, like you see how everybody else here is gonna have to either reach out or stay low or keep it low, and if you are past it, if you're where Dan's at or Jeff, it's a low ceiling to come out of, and that's a great par putt for Dan. He's been hitting a little shorter off the front of the cage, so he's happy to get that one in there.
Yeah, as you can see, Kirk was maybe 5 feet from where Dan just was, and he's got to get it even lower.
And when you're this low, like you want to throw it harder to keep it. Well, I say that, and then he just lobs it up there. He's in.
I think with Jeff was
Jeff's like
12 feet.
I would say 12 feet away. He's got to get on knee.
Yeah.
All three of those putts, they're dealing with the limbs around it, which is fine. I enjoy it. I like seeing it. To me, it's a hole where you need to approach it from a certain side. You want to be straight on front, or else you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And I know it's not always people aren't always the biggest fan of that. But so hole 12 here, it's not an island this year. The asphalt pavement plays as a hazard, so if you're on it, you're going to take a penalty stroke, but you can throw from where it lies. I know last year when we flew out here, as we get over the top of it, you could tell it's a nice little roundabout, and it was OB last year, which made it fun, but pretty much just stay off the concrete, stay in the grass, either on the around the basket or short. Again, stay off the concrete.
I don't know.
Hit off the front of the curb and it kicked you left, man. You hit.
Not seeing that from the tee and seeing it on coverage.
Man,
Kirk hitting. It was Kirk hitting one of the last tree limbs on the right.
It just pulled it a little right out of his hand. He was supposed to put the overstable mid-range, so I think he was trying to pull it out to the right and get that hyzer back. So
Almost got out of there. That's a great looking flight.
the perfect distance
Oh yeah,
for the layup shot.
probably. He's in the gravel, so he's not even in the hazard. Probably less than a foot from it.
Yeah.
And it's a fairly big green, so even if you're not on, I don't want to call it an island, but if you're not around the basket, that's a great shot. You know, you got room to run one.
Kirk's got a tough up shot here to make sure.
He really got kicked left hard there.
Yeah.
Ooh, off the curve.
Perfect. On the pole. Way to save the par. Dan with the birdie putt. Let's get one today to him. Ah,
Oof. So again, you're throwing from hazard.
yep.
So you got
hazard.
take the penalty, but you still have to go to the drop zone or back up or go further away.
Yeah.
So Jeff, the only one to make it onto this patch of grass in front of the tee.
And if you had noticed, from the tee to here, Jeff has put on his raincoat.
Yeah, we're getting rained on. Not heavy rain, but it's you're getting a little bit of everything today on this course. Earlier in the round, some of those wooded holes, they were dried out. They played hard. A lot of skips, rollaways. But then we go on a little break here after this hole. We had a lightning delay for what?
It's right about an hour, I think.
Little thundercell move just south of Nashville, but where this course was at, it was close enough to, get off the course for safety.
You always got to think of tournament staff that puts the players' concerns out there. As much as it sucks to stop there in the middle of your round, you definitely want to be safe and be thankful for them
Why
people that
disc
put in their
golf?
time for it.
It's the people. It's fun.
It's being in nature.
It's the lucky shots.
It's the feeling.
It's different.
It's the challenge. It's the throws.
So come out.
Grab a disc.
Or two. And let it fly with Lone Star Disc.
Yeah, so hole 13, we're flying. You got another, it's one of those drop-off holes where you can't see the basket, and like catch cam can't really see the tee from where they're at. If you throw it over that hill, you want it to stop quick. Well, it's not as much, I guess. From my perspective, I thought we had dropped down a little bit more, but you can see it from the tee, so it's not bad. I know we got one more hole coming up. I think it's 15 where it gets a little bit further where we drop off. But 274 feet with some tight lines.
Yeah, standing on the tee, the forehand gap looks like the gap that you definitely want to take, but the right heating gap is there.
You're still standing above the basket from that angle, it looked like. How'd these tees go once they got wet?
I myself didn't find any problem with the tees after they were wet. I will say, with these tees being as old as they were in the turf, I thought they were really grippy and really nice, dry and wet. So
Definitely, like, you know, the course crew out here. I know the Music City group's got they got a lot of courses, a lot of people, and they have a great course crew for each area. You know, Astro tees, you have to pay attention. You have to maintain them really well as they age. And so, yeah, definitely, from my perspective, they look really good condition. You had a favorable roll out there. We didn't mention you were kind of high and right.
yeah, I was surprised when I got down there to see where it was.
Dan went long at the basket. There you go. Getting that one back.
That was good to get, especially right after that hour break.
So this hole played,
Kirk got one too.
what, averaged 2.8. Definitely on the stats sheet a must get, but it's you know, at 274, one of the shorter holes on the backside, or well, it's the second shortest hole on the backside. It's not the easiest, not with those gaps off the tee. So you guys got around here fairly good. And so we got hole 14, 498 feet. This is, I think, one of the toughest holes on the course because you're blind to the landing zone. And then once you're on top of this hill that we're coming across, you got to hit this like turnover forehand gap, but then the basket comes back to the left. Everything's sloping away. So if you turn it over too far right, you know, probably about 100 feet down there, it really goes away from the tee. There's a lot going on in this hole.
Yeah, I'd say definitely one of the tougher tee shots on the course of, because you're trying to hit a spot up there in the fairway and you can't see where you're going, so you're just going off a feel.
Pretty much want to throw it around like that tall towering tree right there in the middle of the fairway. I want to say it's an oak, but you're trying to ace the other basket over there. It looks that way.
Where am I going? Yeah, that other car, look at the other car over there. That looks shooting awesome.
Just wondering where this plastic's coming from. And yeah, so Jeff just turning that one over, and the hillside isn't, you know, it's not going to stop it. You're going to gain a lot of distance that you do not want to play on this hole. We're already at 498. Kicked out to the right, kicked out to the open.
Very favorable kick. He was probably trying to adjust after watching Jeff go to the right. So
I'd say Dan's got one of the.
that was a great upshot. Perfect height to make it over the hill.
Great recovery, man.
Great upshot.
Kirk looking to do the same after seeing that now. A little bit further right, a little bit more hyzer to get around those trees.
I knew it. God dang it.
Tree out. I don't even watch.
You hit that with tree. Not the first one that was like right next to him, but the one right after it. Probably about 10 feet away. He just hit the base of it, kicked right.
He's got himself a tough upshot here, but
Makes it look easy. Goodness gracious.
wow.
It was for the cameraman again.
Great upshot, Kirk. Great recovery, man.
Yo.
All right. The only option I had here was going up 15.
So that's 15's basket.
Yeah, that's 15's basket. So
Actually, like me and T-Cam have radios, and I was like, is he going up the other way. I ran over there real quick to get that angle on it, and you got almost circle's edge there from coming, playing a little reverse card there on 15.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, a really smart play to be able to go that way compared to how far right you were.
V1. V1.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, they leave all them saplings in the rough and they're out there.
Don't go in the rough. Dan giving it a bid. If he ain't drawing metal, he's definitely like got the height and the distance and the power to make him. He's just a little left or right today.
Yeah. See, I had a great second shot to get up here. Just circle 2, a little upshot to the basket. Really.
Thank you.
Great forehand up shot, yeah. I'd say it was a good bid, good run
Yeah.
from down there for sure. Wasn't there? You go.
I wasn't trying to put it in, but there was a chance.
Yeah.
I think this is just Kirk to save his par. Oh, that was a bogey.
He hit that.
Yeah, that hit
the tree.
Yep.
This hole had 9 birdies on the day. It's coming in at just .04 over par, which is surprising. I feel like it's such a challenging hole, but I guess if you can get a clean off the tee, and even then, like I don't think you have an easy shot to the basket. So.
No, it's definitely putting 2 good shots together to get the birdie on this one. So, shout out to the players who did that. And as you see, I somehow managed to save my par going up 15th fairway. So.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go back down 15, see if you can't get through it again. 269 downhill. This one is more blind than 13. You definitely cannot see the basket. You got the fallen tree that's in the middle of the fairway. I like how they left that there to keep anything low from just barely skipping over the edge. You need to be able to get over it, otherwise you're gonna be outside circle.
Yeah, it's so far downhill that even standing on the bench behind the tee pad, you still can't see at the top of the basket. So that's how much we're going downhill. You want to put enough on it to get it down there, but still stay up on the give yourself a putt.
A lot of glide needed on this one. You just cleared the hill. You cleared the tree on the top, but I mean it's not a fun looking putt from there.
No.
You can tell Jeff's just trying to finesse something down there. Like you almost barely want to throw the disc because you can let the gravity just take over on a hole like this.
He ended up over there to the left. Kirk doing the opposite.
That's added. Ooh. Yeah, that was definitely tracking pretty well.
I think he's about level with the basket there. Good Dan to get one down there close.
Big skip, got over that tree, so you have a better look at it. But you know, everybody's pretty much putting at this steep downhill.
That camera angle still looked off.
Yeah. Jeff's got a straddle. Oh, set. All 3 of you kind of just gathered up over here.
Sorry, y'all have to watch this.
Sorry you have to watch that.
Yeah. I mean, it's
The chances of hitting something and rolling further away was way higher than doing that. So, being at where I was in my round, that was my play for sure.
I don't know, did you look at how, because you guys were the last ones to play these holes. Were you
Yeah.
looking at how anybody else scored on this hole?
No, I don't look at scores in the first round, ever myself. I just knew how I was playing in the round, so. Kirk there was like a half a rotation short on making that one, and it was a great bid though. But yeah, myself in the first round of a tournament like this, I really never pay attention to scores. 'Cause I really don't think it really matters that early in a tournament. You should just be playing your own game at that point. Now if this was round 3, that would be a different scenario. See if Dan gets this off the comebacker.
I'm just asking because like this played as the second hardest hole, hole 15 on the back 9, second hardest for the back 9.
Surprising.
You know, you're late for par. You only lost 3 strokes to just 3 different people: Jay Bird, Justin Mount, and Marcus Rogers birdied it. Everybody else was par or worse. So
Wow. That's kind of surprising to hear after playing. But as you can see, the slopes there and rollaways are bound to happen.
solid par.
Solid. Probably should have done a trick shot for that solid par.
Coming in hole 16, 224, shortest hole on the back side, one of the shorter holes on the course. It's forehand, you know, kind of to the right. Well, I mean, it is 100% to the right, but you can throw something that just barely trails off and it gets you there with the hill slope, or with the slope of the hill. Sorry, I can't put words together right now.
Yeah.
Miss it.
Yeah, looking at the shape of the fairway, it's definitely a forehand hole. But as you'll see,
Oh well, yeah.
Jeff takes the unconventional route.
Looks great from
Looks great out of his hand, and then
it hit a tree.
yeah, I think talking to him, he hit just the tree that he wanted to, like that you just have to go in front of. He said. Not playing it before, I didn't even know it was there until he said something. So Kirk here hits the line perfectly.
Yeah. It settles, cradles up against that tree. I'd say like that's the biggest thing with the approach here is that trying to match the slope of the ground, or else you're gonna, you know, get down to the bottom, circle's edge, and have to have an uphill putt. Dan getting kicked straight back.
I was looking at like he was moving for that turnover and just gonna get turned out of his. So good. Every one of his putts are on the line to the basket for sure. Another good bid. Jeff off that kick, he just got himself into the rough over here. See if he's got to clean out to get himself up there and save his par.
It's got a lot in the way.
Yeah.
That fallen tree there.
Yeah, and the staff was walking with us, and we think the tree might have fell in the night last night.
There was more of it. Wasn't that a limb, I think? Or
Yeah, it was a big limb.
big lemon tree.
Yeah. And playing it yesterday, we didn't think we had seen it. And he said he didn't know about it either, so.
Did they get made a noise when I fell?
Depends if anybody was around.
So hole 16 here, as these guys are getting in around it, it played as the 5th easiest hole. Sorry, didn't mean to speak anything like that about it, but it played as the 5th easiest hole on the course for the round for MP40. Kirk had that birdie. So 17, I think this is one of my favorite holes on the property, just the way it frames up. Definitely don't want to miss right. A lot of old growth trees there on the right to avoid that are ready to knock you down, but it's a fairly straight shot at 284 feet.
Oh, get past it. Get lucky. Get lucky. Get lucky.
Oh, he's asking for that one to get left. And he's down the hill. At 284, you feel like this is definitely one that you want to get in there, but it's, you know what?
Pick your disc that you know you can throw dead straight and
Low. It's got to be low.
low and go.
Yeah, there you go.
Skip.
Get a skip.
I had it low out of my hand. I think it was like maybe just a couple inches low, but definitely the perfect line that I wanted. So he just got a fairway here.
Another great throw.
Yeah, great though.
Needing to slow down. Yeah. Yours got little groundwork and his got some movement,
But
but
I think that's the difference between me throwing him in and him throwing the fairway is just the edge getting that skip.
early left again.
A little frustrated.
Is he going inside or out? Oh, around it all. Oh, great.
That was great up.
Man. If I threw something like that, it would have caught edge and took off down.
Yeah. Kirk is over here in Narnia of little trees and makes a great up.
Oh,
We were standing directly to the right of him and couldn't even tell where that went because it went through so much stuff.
pin high.
Yeah.
So you're needing that and the next one to get back on. You need back-to-back birdies pretty much to get back on lead card at 4 under. At this point, I might have been doing a little scorecard looking to see how everybody's performing. After that weather delay, do you think it affected anybody on the card?
I would say the mood didn't change or anything, and everybody seemed to be still in the same groove when we got back out there. So I don't really think it did at all.
You walk closer.
So I'm being a weirdo here. I have my AirPod in, and my wife is caddying for me. My phone's on Bluetooth, and my AirPod was cutting out, so I had to make her walk closer. My card mates were probably like, "What is this weirdo doing, making his wife walk closer to him before he putts?"
that close to me, that's all.
Hey, I mean, whatever keeps the mood going good. But if you're in a rhythm, and that's all you need. Hole 18, this par 4 labeled par 3 here, 387. You do not want to miss right. That's pretty much all it is. If you stay up on the hill, you stay left, you go over the bridge. It's a fairly open area.
Yeah, you're trying to get past that bridge and on to the left for sure. You do not want to go right. That hill goes down and that ditch is deep.
Did he get around? Oh,
It looked like he got his turned over. Off
he got it out of it.
but he did get up there and around it. Yeah, from the tee box, it didn't look like he had gotten that far up there.
There is a gap there, right? If you want to chance it, like an air gap above all that.
We had discussed it on the tee box, and I guess there's a story of Matty O going through that gap and parking this hole at some point during a tournament.
Did you ever throw it in practice round?
No, it's too greenery for me to throw. I just think there's too much greenery right now to get through there.
Too much green for Derek Green.
Yep.
We had a few throw it last year, and I wasn't sure where to go with the catch cam on this one, but I mean that's it right there. Like you're gonna get up and down quick from over there.
Yep.
Good drive, just getting through it. You had the opportunity to get up and down easier over there.
Yeah, it's definitely the open side.
And that's not where you want to be, for sure. A lot to think about and deal with down there. Kirk as well.
You got that early tree.
He's got the knuckler going here.
You know. Great recovery shot back to the open. Dan trying to get back up to the fairway to give himself a good up. And the disc golf gods have decided they are not done with Dan today.
Goodness
It is
gracious.
disc on a fast roll away to nowhere.
He got out of there, and they're gonna go back down.
Yeah. You know, great out, and this disc was like, nope. So here he is with another thumber. I was impressed with this man's thumbers all day. Like, great shot. Ooh, could put a run on that one. Nice little tree hit the other man. Finish out the round.
Just got quite a bit of tree in the way here. And there we go. Sit down. Take somebody's just remotely drawing that disc. It just jumps and wiggles around everything.
Slow roll to nowhere.
Yeah, man, that could have caught edge quick.
Yeah, after watching the roll away, I was definitely looking just to leave it up there for the easy drop in.
So this after his roll away, and yeah, goodness gracious, those guardian trees are punishing.
Yeah.
It's that okay. Dan's long in the basket. He's in the walkway as you leave 18 here, so he's definitely looking at a downhill putt. Oh,
Sure, after climbing up that hill, he was not looking to go back down. Maybe it had something to do with the little low putt.
Kirk, after that really good run he did for a birdie, par 3, so that would have been a par run. Feels like a birdie.
Yeah.
Getting a 3 here. Especially on a hole that had no birdies on the day.
Yeah. Felt good to get the par.
Yeah.
With that one.
Well, there we go. Cane Ridge, advanced course, MP40, round 1 of the Music City Open. Looking at, we got the card scores here. You're 4 under, Kirk 1 under, Jeff and Dan surviving round 1.
Yep.
We got Jeff Lorenz, 7 under, tied with Albert Cuban. You're gonna make me be the one that has to try those.
Tyler Horn.
Dutch, Jason Knight, yeah. It's close.
Yeah, I mean, close leaderboard. We're all right in there.
The top 4 are 1 stroke apart.
Yep.